What's up, Fstgato fam? So we're at the ride-along portion of this video, and we got D with us here once again. You know, he's in the car. Shout out that Instagram and that YouTube, so we can make sure they don't forget.
Maxo_460.
And how is that laid out? So you said it's 4L60.
Yeah. So you got LEXO_460.
460.
Which is 0 for people that are technical.
Got you. I'll try not to mess that up. Sometimes I kind of hack up people's, you know, their Instagram.
I just like how Lexo mixes in with O at the end of 46, so I just try to keep it.
I always got to try to keep something different. You know what I mean? You got to separate yourself from everybody else.
That's real.
I'm telling you, man, if you're having a bad day, if this car don't put a smile on your face, man, there ain't nothing with it.
Yeah, I'm definitely grinning, man. I look like a joker underneath this mask, bro.
Oh, man, I forgot to turn the seat on for you here. Let me put some AC on that over there.
All right.
Get that little bit of extra cool down.
Appreciate that.
He's gonna get us.
Yeah, I don't think that shit hits that far.
Huh?
I don't think that shit hits that far right there.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Many things to do fast.
I know he definitely hurt us.
He hurt us.
He was probably like, man, where's that coming from right now?
If I seen us pop that hill, man.
We almost Dukes of Hazzard that a little bit off the top of that little hill there. He's all hiding out over there. That's always the fine line between playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love going out and playing, but man, cops don't play in AZ.
Yeah, definitely gotta take your chances though.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have fun too. I got a few little spots depending on where you're at in the valley, you know, where you can go mess around, but you got to drive to get to them because you got to go out in the middle of nowhere, all the way to Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you taken this thing on the track yet?
I have. I was actually just to the track Wednesday night. That was the first time I had it on there, and I still have my 20s. I got Nito 555s on my SRT wheels, and it did pretty good. I ran a 11.68, which I was like, if I was going to be in the 12s, I was happy with that. You know, with the first time being there, kind of experimenting with some of the different launch modes and track mode and stuff like that. It was a good time. So getting 11.6, I was good. I know I ordered some 18-inch Bravados with some Hoosier tires, so we're going to put some fatties and some slicks on here. You know, I'm anticipating getting into the 10s, and then, you know, I haven't even done a pulley upgrade, PCM upgrade on this. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but like with anything else, you know, with the family and life and things like that, everything's got to be mapped out and planned, save for it, you know what I mean? And it's not, you know, and then you're going to hit a few speed bumps along the way with that. Sometimes you got to allocate that money for something else. So, you know, like with anything, it's a work in progress. And, you know, I just take it one day at a time. And no matter what, I enjoy driving the car. You know, me and my wife take this a lot of places. Me and obviously my boys go to a lot of these different car events and meets. And, you know, we just like getting out, man, meet new people, just kind of like, you know, how we met you know, just everything's so weird. I believe everything happens for a reason. And, you know, it's just kind of random how we bumped into each other, and then just one thing led to another, and here we are, chopping it up. And that's what this is all about, just kind of chopping it up and, you know, seeing where it goes, man. difference in the shift points of this thing. When it takes off, you can hear the difference too, man, in that supercharger.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of, the way it kicks everything into this car, like you can see how everything lights up red. Like that's, like the car's ready for whatever you plan on doing.
How much is an oil change on this?
About $100.
Okay.
And then I mean, I'm all about DIY and doing things yourself, but one thing I do not do is the oil changes on this, because I bought an extended warranty, and although I do some things to it, there's a lot of things that's still covered, and you know, I want to have those maintenance records.
Yeah.
So just in case something happens, you know, they can't give me shit about how I serviced it or how I took care of it.
To the Hellcat to the Demon, what is it horsepower wise?
So this one with the little kind of little tune-up I got on here and a couple little odds and ends. This thing is at about 724 to the crank, which I had it dynoed at 661 to the wheels right now. And you know, the Demon comes, I think, with like 840 horsepower. So you know, you got to figure about anywhere from a 12 to 18% reduction from crank horsepower to wheel horsepower, because you obviously lose that during the transfer. So you know, the Demon's probably, you know, 750, I would say, probably to the wheels, but they have a little bit different transmission, a little bit bigger blower, obviously different PCM tune, so they tweak it a lot, bigger injectors. So with all that combination of stuff and the added horsepower is where, you know, they get all that extra foot-pounds of torque and all that other stuff comes from and puts in there. And obviously the big fat-ass tires they put on the back of it.
Yeah, so,
you know.
So you think Hellcat's way to go either way?
No, I mean, obviously, like with any other car, if you're in a financial situation to be able to do that, I mean, it would be cool to have a Demon, because obviously that's a rare car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as far as where I was at, like, this was always my goal and my mission. Like this is the target I set, and you know, the Demon was out there, and then obviously, you know, after I got this car, then they came out with the red eye and that other stuff. And I mean, they're just different models like with any other car. But this was always the target for me, and I don't think I would have made a different decision. In the future, I mean, I would like to get a red eye, and that might be something that happens down the road, you know, when I get to that point, or I might just, you know, build this thing and just keep going with it. I mean, because obviously you can build, this thing will eat a red eye, you know, it could eat a Demon. I mean, you can build things to however you want it, you know. You're buying the name, like going and buying shoes and Nikes and Jordans and things like that, you know what I mean? You're paying for the name, and you know, it just kind of depends on what your vision is and what you're looking at, you know. Obviously you can see at that car meet, you know, that little Cars and Coffee we went to, you know, everybody's at different walks of life there. I seen it from the bottom all the way to the top there.
Yeah.
And you know, I think it just kind of depends on what your vision is and what you want to do. So for me, this was always my vision and my goal and my dream. And you know, once I made that happen, then I'm just going to build on it from there. You know, I don't want to buy a car that's already at the top, because then, you know, with like what we do, where do you take it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I like doing the little odds and ends and building it, the little modifications, the different things, and then having everybody kind of come along with me on that journey, you know. But it's obviously, like I say, it's a work in progress, and it might not happen as fast as people want it to, but you know, until you live in somebody else's wallet, you can't tell them how to spend their money.
So this is badass though, man.
You can take this thing out of traction control all the way. I don't remember where Johnny Five was hanging out up here. I think it's at this dirt lot.
He's up here for himself. There's some land on the left-hand side.
I know you got things you got to get on the road and get done here, so we'll get this wrapped up.
Yeah, and I definitely want to make sure this shit looks good though.
No, I hear you. I appreciate that. I know everybody got family crap going on. It's important, you know what I mean? I'm all about that. I don't try to eat up everybody, regardless of the money. Everybody's time is money, you know what I mean? You can't take the value of somebody else's time for granted. Everybody is not on everybody else's clock, so I respect everybody else's time, and regardless, people got things going on, so we do the same thing. It's all about time management. See if we can't get on one of these little back roads over here real quick. Oh yeah, I see him. He's up there. Feel the difference in them shift points.
Oh yeah.
In the track mode,
I think Dodge just came a long way with these cars, man.
Yeah. Honestly, I honestly feel that like Dodge's next thing is they're gonna bust one of these out and do an all-wheel drive. I mean, it's got to be the next step. And I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a game changer when they come out with an all-wheel drive Hellcat. It'll be nuts, man. Because they already got the Track Hawk, which is like, that thing's a track killer, man, with that damn Hellcat motor in it, all-wheel drive. That thing hooks up like crazy. How can you imagine with this thing, man? As much as I spin, this thing was all-wheel drive. Woo! Shaving seconds off. You ain't even intense anymore. You're shaving whole seconds off, right? You might want to point that out back there, that little back wheel. We're in the mirror. Too, Dodge did with the paddle shifters. Yeah. Kind of makes it nice.
I'm impressed, man. I really am impressed. I'm kind of like yourself, man. I've been watching Tall Guy car reviews, Mr. Organic, all you guys.
Yeah.
And, first time being in one, and this is the real deal, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you see where everybody comes from. You know what I mean? I say it all the time, man. It's hard to. You can tell people about them all day long, but until you like experience that, it's a whole different ballgame, man. That's what it's all about for me. You know what I mean? It's letting people enjoy what I'm doing, the feeling of it, just being able to kind of get that experience, especially somebody who, maybe in the future might be looking at getting one. What are the pros and cons? And honestly, I see a lot of people do them videos like, what's the 5 things you hate about your car? I don't hate nothing about this car. You know what I mean? This car's great for me, man. And it's like, I love everything about it. I mean, there's a couple things I'll probably tweak a little bit, but they did it right with this car, man. It was definitely one of a kind. When Dodge came out with these and started busting them out, man, it was a game changer for the whole car market. And it's getting to the point to where they're getting hard to find again because everybody's trying to dig into these right now. They're big on YouTube. And a lot of YouTubers, getting these cars and building them, doing modifications. So if you're planning on getting one, you better make that happen.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get hard to find here real fast. Yeah, you gotta feather it too, man. You can't just hammer it and it just sit there. car is smooth.
Yeah, this shit right here though. If you trying to show up, this is definitely the way to go, man. That's real.
Well, I appreciate you going for a ride, you know what I mean? Like I say, I know everybody's time is valuable and it's cool that people get to meet up and, you know, kind of do this type of stuff. And no matter what walk of life you're at, you know, there's so much crap going on in the world right now, man. People read too much into a lot of the bullshit and, you know, they feed into it. And, you know, just like positive stuff can breed positive stuff, negative stuff just as easily can breed negativity. And, you know, if you choose which one you want to feed. You can feed either one, you know, it all boils down to a choice. And, you know, and I choose, you know, I mean, I can't hardly watch the news, you know what I mean? I can't feed into it, man, because it's like the news, you know, they got their twist on everything, and, you know, they can make anything look as good or as bad as they want. And, you know, there's a lot of bad shit, man, that people need to pay for. Don't get me wrong, man, it's fucked up. And it's, you know, but that's what the justice system is for, you know, and some of that stuff, you know, sometimes it takes something crazy to get to that next level. And I understand that, you know, and hopefully from this point on, man, you know, this world and everything, the whole CV thing.
That was George.
George, huh? Yeah, that's the Challenger 11. He was out that Cars and Coffee and Coca. But, you know, I mean, like with anything, it's just, you know, feed the right beast, man. Don't feed into the negative stuff. And every day, man, just be glad. You know, it all starts with little things. Like, be glad you woke up. You know,
That's key.
you might not wake up and kill it every day. You know, you might wake up and not want to go to the job. And like I tell my kids, you know, all my kids are not rocket scientists and lawyers and doctors. Everybody has a job. Everybody has a purpose. No matter what you're doing, just put 110% in it. You know,
That's all you gotta do.
everybody. This world revolves. I mean, everybody around here is not going to be millionaires. Everybody's not going to be billionaires. Everybody can have those goals, and you should work toward that if that's what you want. You know, but you got to put in the work. Ain't nobody going to give it to you.
As long as you get close, man, it's better than not trying.
Yeah, and you're gonna fail. I mean, anybody who tells you, you know, you got these, I see them all over, man, the internet, and all over these social media, the get-rich schemes. Don't buy into it, man. You're never gonna get something for nothing. You got to put in the work, no matter what you do. No matter if you're raking gravel or you're doing heart surgery, you got to put in 110%. Because either your yard's gonna look like shit or you're gonna kill somebody.
That's real. That's real.
Don't matter, man. Everybody's at different walks. But we're gonna work our way back. I'm gonna close out this video. I appreciate D coming out, going for a ride with me. Like, it's always a pleasure to be able to do this kind of stuff. Like I say, appreciate getting to check out his car. And you know, this ain't the first or last time we're gonna meet up. So, you know, we'll chop it up on some other stuff. And while I'm out, I'm sure we're gonna see each other at different meets and keep each other in the loop on things that are popping off and pop-up meets, you know, because we're all out here to do the same thing. Get content, meet people with cars, meet people with bikes. I mean, whatever. I don't even care if you got a car. You know, this might be your goal someday, even if you ain't got a car. Hit me up, man. You know, DM me, Instagram, Fstgato. Everything's Fstgato except for YouTube, Fstgato TV. You can find me on there. So, you know, hit me up. Right now, I got to put this address in. I'm on my way